Hi guys, and welcome to my take on that. Tonight we're going to talk about three movies I've seen in the last 2 weeks. Those movies are, a couple of days ago I saw Pixels. I saw on direct video, I saw Chappie. I've been wanting to see that for a while and wanted to see what it was all about for myself. I did like District 9, I kind of liked Elysium, so I thought, I'd give it a shot. And last but not least, definitely not least, I saw the next in the series of The Maze Runner, known as the Scorch Trials. We're going to get into all three of those tonight. For those of you new, I'd like to welcome you to my show. Basically, just off the top of the bag, in case you haven't watched the other ones, this will be my take on the shows that I review. Tonight it's going to be three movies. It could be books in the future, could be games, could be anything, but it's my take on that. Now, you need to stress that it is only my take on that. My opinions are my opinions. They're all up for debate. It's all subjective. And you're more than welcome to add comments if you think you've got a different view on the movies that I've reviewed, or whatever it is I've reviewed. I don't mind a little bit of interactivity. That sort of got caught up in my mouth. So, without further ado, sorry, I'm just like John Campion. I need to take sips of water occasionally. Just like John let us start from scratch. Okay, so the first one I would like to talk to you about is my take on Pixels, the movie. It's an Adam Sandler movie. I believe it's his company that produced it as well. I could give you a synopsis of it. But instead of doing that, how about we just take a look at the trailer? It'll be a teaser trailer, not the normal one. That is, take it away.
Some alien life force has sent real-life video games to attack us. Pac-Man's a bad guy? Incoming! Donkey Kong. It's just a barrel. How bad can it hurt? The only way to take down Pac-Man is with ghosts.
You want ghosts? These are your ghosts.
Oh, yeah! We're the only ones who can do this! I'm kidding. We are all gonna die. I'm just sorry.
May I introduce to you Professor Iwatani, the creator of Pac-Man.
Pac-Man is not bad. You'll see.
Professor Iwatani, what are you doing?
I will talk to him. He's my son. Hello, my sweet little boy. Look how big you've grown.
It's so sweet. He's so sweet.
I know. You're a good boy.
Somebody annihilate this stupid thing!
Okay, so there you go. There's the trailer. It gives away just the right amount, I think. Basically, some computer nerds from the retro age are called upon by their president to defend the Earth from aliens who have taken an offense to a disc we shot out into space. And basically, it turns into a gigantic computer game where they have to pit themselves against pixelated alien heroes. And if you lose 3 lives, just like in the old retro day, you die. Anyway, that being said, what did I think of the movie? Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Being that I come from that age where we had those games, we used to put the cassettes in the cassette thing and go outside and play games, like Cops and Robbers or cricket or something, while we waited for those games to load up. And also, with regards to the arcades, we spent hours down there throwing 10 and 20 cent pieces into the machines to play games of such caliber as Donkey Kong, Karate Champ, Galaga, even the old Star Wars Trench Run game. So many memories. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed it for that reason. I'm gonna do an intermission, go get me some popcorn or something. Anyway, I thought the direction of the movie was well paced. I was never pulled out of the movie at all. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and some of the comedy you see in the trailer is, well, they held back a bit because there was some even funnier bits that they didn't put in the trailer. I love Peter Dinklage on Game of Thrones, and I love him in this just as much. What a little character he is, no pun intended. Yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I'm going to give it a good old solid 7 out of 10. It's the kind of movie that I could see more than once if I could afford to see movies more than once. But maybe the second time round would be okay to get it on video or, Netflix or something like that. I don't necessarily think that I would spend the money to see it a second time when there are other movies out there that I'd like to see that I haven't seen yet. It's not going to pull me like that. It was a great piece of entertainment. I enjoyed it for what it was, and I'm ready to move on. That being said, guys, we'll move on to the next movie. It was on a while back. Did mean to see it at the cinema, never got around to it. Money's tight. Didn't get the right chance to get out there and see it. Here's a quick look at a teaser trailer for that movie, Chappie. Take it away.
The deployment of the planet's first robotic police units became the focus of the world in 2016.
Drop your weapons, you're under arrest.
Vincent Moore is a former soldier.
The problem with artificial intelligence is it's way too unpredictable.
The Scout's creator, Dion Wilson, sees a rich future.
What interests me is a machine that can think and feel.
I have a robot that is operated by a thinking human being.
We don't want this. It's expensive, it's big, and it's ugly.
The Scouts are a huge success. Stop worrying about these pet projects.
I think I've cracked it. This is a new kind of life form, a new step in evolution. You are Chappie.
Chappie.
It's like a child. It has to learn.
What's that? Chappie's book?
Yeah, it's yours.
Chappie's got stories. Chappie's got a book.
Anything you want to do in your life, you can do. Write poetry, have original ideas.
Chappie wants to paint. Wow.
What in the name of the Lord? Your little robot's a big problem for me.
A thinking robot could be the end of mankind. Destroy that robot. Burn it to ash.
Something of great danger headed our way now.
I don't want to die. I want to live.
If you want to survive, Chappie, you must fight.
Mayhem downtown as police have begun shutting down.
You hurt my people!
think you're real.
You don't get away with this.
He's special!
I am consciousness. I am alive. I am Chappie.
Well, there you go, there's the trailer. What did I think of the movie? I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was pretty deep and complex in all the questions that arise from someone taking it upon themselves to give birth to an artificially intelligent robot. I could have gone any number of ways. We could have had the Terminator situation. We could have had all sorts of things. As it is, well, watch the movie. In case you are inclined to see it still, I don't want to spoil it for you, but what this simple AI manages to do is, well, it's science fiction, it's groundbreaking. Imagine if you could actually do it. It would be quite interesting, to say the least. I'm talking riddles now because you haven't seen the movie, and if you have seen the movie, then someone else might have seen the movie, and we'll try to avoid some spoilers in that regard. So, I gotta say that I agree to a certain extent with the Collider movie critics, in that it seems to me to be a gradual, steady decline in each of the movies. I absolutely loved the first one, District 9. Thought that movie was brilliant. The next one, Elysium, I thought it was okay. It got a 6 out of 10 as well, just from my opinion. And this one stays at 6 out of 10, but because it was entertaining, but it's not the kind of movie I will ever watch again. I will not go out of my way to watch it, and if it's on TV and there's nothing else to do, well, I'll probably find something else to do, you know what I'm saying. I saw it, I digested it, and that was enough for me. I thought the people in it did their parts admirably. Seeing Hugh Jackman as a villain of such magnitude, maybe that's not the words I should use, but he played a really awesome bully boy villain. I quite enjoyed it. So overall, yeah, 6 out of 10. Don't go out of your way to see it twice. In fact, thinking of it in hindsight, I'm kind of glad I missed it at the movies. I don't think I missed out on anything by not seeing it at the movies. I don't think it's one of those grand atmospheric movies that, the whole experience of going to the movies makes the movie. I don't think it had much of that into it. I think I had just as much fun sticking my 7.1 surround sound basically headphones on and watching it on my TV screen on my computer that I'm staring at right now. So as far as that's concerned, yeah, 6 out of 10. Not much more to say about that one. Never seen it again. Okay, the last movie. Well, just before I get on to the last movie, this is the second time I've filmed this version of my take on that. The first time round, I was going to touch on a few novels that I'm reading. I've since decided that it would be silly of me to give my take on a book that I haven't actually completed. So I will review the Aftermath novel, and I will review the other one I'm reading at the moment, Return of the Jedi. I'm just not going to go into it until they're completely finished. I will say this though, I am thoroughly enjoying both novels, and the critique on Aftermath that I'm seeing out there at the moment, it fills me with a lot of foreboding, because I think we're going to have another situation where Star Wars stuff is released and then fans' expectations of what they want as opposed to what they get, they don't gel, and then we have a whole bunch of people saying that it's a rotten novel, it's a bad novel, blah blah blah. It's not a rotten novel, it's not a bad novel. It has enough Easter eggs in it to keep me hooked, and I'm enjoying the story as it unfolds. I'm not going to give spoilers, so don't worry about that. And I think people, with regards to Star Wars, really need to take a chill pill, sit back and let it wash over them. take it for what it is, enjoy it for what it is, and put your expectations in a little waste paper basket and put them out with the trash next time you go out to put trash out. Because I have enough problems with people bitching and moaning about the prequels. I really don't want people bitching and moaning about books and then episode 7 and so forth. You're not always going to get what you want out of Star Wars. If you want what you want out of Star Wars, I suggest you sit down in front of a computer and you nut out the story that you want to be entertained by, and you put that forward to Disney to see if they'll accept it as either a legend or a canon novel. It's all I can say to that. I mean, seriously, I don't know what people go on about half the time. And I don't want to get dragged into this for too long, because we're not talking about that now, but oh my god, people just need to chill out and accept what's given to them and find what they can in it to enjoy. That being said, we're going to move on. Now, the last movie that I've recently watched is the runner-up to the movie The Maze Runner. The Maze Runner basically was a movie about a bunch of teenagers that are put into this sort of semi-Garden of Eden area, and every so often the maze doors open and they run in there, and maybe they get out and maybe they don't, but everyone goes in there and tries to survive it and figure out ways to get out of the maze. Very good movie. It has, here comes my unprofessionalism, has that guy out of MTV's Teen Wolf in it, the one that isn't a monster, just a little bit of a detective. He really does hold that series together. I am totally impressed with him as an actor. I think he's one to watch. He's going to have big things come his way if he perseveres with acting, because he's thoroughly entertaining. I really, really do enjoy watching him in Teen Wolf, and I really enjoy watching him in these movies. And yeah, for me, he shines. Keeping in mind, guys, subjective, all subjective. But he really does carry this. I'll say this to you guys, and you might be wondering why I haven't directed you to a trailer yet. And it comes back to what I'm about to tell you. I think the trailers to this movie ruin the experience of seeing it. This is definitely a movie that I would recommend you seeing at the cinema, in that atmosphere. I think that's the best way to watch it. And the suspense, this beast of a movie, the suspense it builds as they're going through the Scorch trials, as it were, really just grips you on the edge of your seat, or at least it did for me. And the only thing that ruined that slightly for me was the fact that I knew eventually they were going to get over each of the trials that they were pitted with, because I've seen bits that predate that. So it sort of took away from the suspense a little bit, and I didn't really enjoy it very much. The fact that it had spoiled it a little bit, but even with that aside, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. The twists, the turns, and everything in it, really, really good. I wholeheartedly recommend you see this movie in a cinema. I got a lot out of it. If you haven't seen the first one, go get it out on DVD and quickly watch it, and then go straight on to see this one, because you got to see them in order. And yeah, as far as these kind of series go, one of the best. 7 out of 10 for this movie. I would definitely watch this movie a second time if I could. If it comes around my way again, I might sit down and watch it again. But yeah, it was a solid piece of entertainment, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. That's just my layman's term on it. That's my take on that, as it were. That's pretty much all I have to say there, guys. I know it's only, it's been 18 minutes or so. I'm about to die horribly because I have no hydration. I really got to do some eating between shows. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So I hope you enjoyed listening to me give my take on those particular movies. As I said before, I'm not going to show a trailer for the last one because I wouldn't want to ruin it suspense for you as it was ruined for me. So I hope you understand that there will be no trailer. Okay, guys. Well, that's it for me. Please leave your likes and your comments if you like what you see here. Go check out some other videos, and if you like them, please subscribe. Don't forget we do have giveaways, and the next one is at 100, and we're stalled somewhat of late at 64. Oops, I mean 63. We were 64. Someone up and left. Oh well, those things happen. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Please leave comments. Let's open up a dialogue here. Let's talk about these movies and that, and see how we go. Well, that's it for me. So it's goodbye from me. Wave to the man. And it's goodbye from him. See ya. Well, guys, I hope you liked my take on that. I'll be back again within a week to give you some more. Please leave comments to let me know how you think I'm going. See ya!